Okay, so now I have written it in a simplified form. So till here we have already solved. What we have done, we have written this area of rectangle which I have multiplied, and then the area of three triangles I have multiplied them. So this was my last step. Now further what I have done, I have just cancelled out whichever are the like terms. Now here, as I can see, x3 y3 and x3 y3, this is plus and this is minus, so it will get cancelled out. Similarly, this x1 y1 is plus and this x1 y2 is minus. But here are two terms which are like and both are positive. So these two terms will be 2x2 y2. Yes. So in my next step, what I have done here, I have multiplied it with half to the whole bracket. So hence the first four terms will remain as it is. The next term after multiplying with half with this one, now this here it is minus, so let me write down here itself. So minus 1 half by minus x1 y2 is plus. Similarly, if you multiply with this minus will turn out to be plus and 2 will come in the denominator. Here x2 y2 was 2 times, so when it gets multiplied with minus 1 by 2, 2 will get cancelled and only minus x2 y2 will remain. And similarly, all the next terms I have multiplied it with minus 1 by 2. So wherever the signs are negative, it will become positive, and wherever they are positive, they will become negative. Now let us see, can we further simplify? Here I can see this x2 y2 is plus, whereas this x2 y2 is minus. So I can cancel them out, right? Are there any like terms? See here, the first term is x3 y1. Is there any term with x3 y1? Yes. The first term was positive and this term is negative. So 1 minus 1 by 2, it will be plus 1 by 2. So I have got my first term, that is x3 y1 by 2. Similarly, my next term x3 y2, it is also having its like term x3 y2. Again here it is minus and there it is plus, so it will be again plus x3 y2, sorry, minus, here it is minus, na, divided by 2. Next term x2 y1, so x2 y1 and also x2 y1. Again here it is minus, here it is plus, so minus 1 by 2, so minus x2 y1 by 2. Further plus x1 y1 by 2 as it is. This term I have considered, this term is remaining, so plus x2 y3 by 2 minus x1 y3 by 2. Okay, so I have taken all the terms. There should be total 6 terms in it. Now see if you can take anything in common. Everybody is having 2 as its base, so I can take 1 by 2 as common. Now let us go serially. x1 y2, x1 y3. 1 half I have already taken as common, so I will not consider denominator. So from this 2 I can take x1 common. So what am I left with? y2 minus y3. So write down, so taking x1 common, y2 minus y3. Next term, now consider the x2. So here it is my x2 and here is also my x2. I want the plus term first, so I will take x2 as common, and what am I left with? y3 minus y1 plus last term x3. Here it is x3, whereas here is also x3. Taking x3 as common, what am I left with? y1 minus y2. So x3 y1 minus y2. Okay, so this becomes your formula for the area of triangle, which is consisting of only the coordinates x1 x2 x3 y1 y2 y3. So now let us see how we can remember this formula. See, what is the formula saying? x1 in bracket y2 minus y3, x2 in bracket y3 minus y1, and x3 in bracket y1 minus y2. So the first terms are coordinates of x, and in the brackets they are coordinates of y. But in what order we are taking? Always take in the order 1, 2, 3, that too clockwise. Okay, so if I am considering x1, the next thing will be 2 minus 3, but which coordinates? The y coordinates, so it will be y2 minus y3 plus, now I am considering the second coordinate x2. Now which two coordinates has to be subtracted? y3 minus y1. And the last one, if I am considering x3, which two coordinates I will be considering? Y1 minus Y2. So if you remember like this, you will not get confused whether we have to take y1 minus y2 or y2 minus y1. You have to follow the clockwise pattern, that is 1, 2, 3. The first one are the x coordinates, and in the bracket you have to subtract the y coordinates. So this is the formula for area of the triangle, provided you know the coordinates of its vertices. So this is just a simplification part. The main thing is you should be able to understand how we have derived this formula. So we have considered a triangle, a rectangle, and subtracting the areas of these three triangles, we have got the area of the inside triangle. Now let us summarize what we have learned in this topic. So in this topic we have actually learned how many formulas? The first one which we have learned was the distance formula. Yes. So coordinate geometry. The first one was distance formula, given as under root of x2 minus x1 horizontal distance square plus vertical distance square. Okay. The second one was section formula, where point P was dividing the line in the ratio m is to n, and the coordinates were x1 y1 x2 y2. So x was given as mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, whereas y was given as my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. In the same formula, we have already derived the midpoint formula. So in the midpoint formula, what was the formula? Only the values of m and n was 1. Therefore, x was given as x1 plus x2 divided by 2, whereas y was given as y1 plus y2 divided by 2. The next formula was centroid. So in case of centroid, x was given as x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3, whereas y was given as y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. And the last formula was formula for the area of triangle, which we have just now derived, and the formula was area of triangle was given as half into x1 in bracket y2 minus y3 plus x2 in bracket y3 minus y1 plus x3 in bracket y1 minus y2. Okay, so 3, 1, 2. But one thing which you might not have got in your mind, see, whenever you are considering the coordinates of the triangle for any example, if the coordinates you are taking it interchangeably anything. For example, if I am taking the coordinates of A as phi 2, but you are taking the coordinates of B as phi 2. It could happen in a question, suppose 3 coordinates are provided and they had asked you to find the area of triangle. Now it is not necessary that everybody will be taking the same coordinates for the same vertices. So in that case, somewhere you can get the area as negative also. Okay, but can an area be negative? Yes, area can never be negative. So what we will be doing for that, we will be making one change in this formula. So instead of just writing it, we will be writing this whole formula under the modulus. Modulus means whatever value you are getting in it, whether it is negative or positive, the final answer will always be positive. See, taking different coordinates does not mean your problem is wrong. Only the final answer should be positive. So just making the modulus or just taking the modulus of the value, you will be getting a positive value for the area of the triangle. So this is the thing which you will remembering. So in our area of triangle, we will be making one change, that just writing the formula, we will be writing that formula under the modulus.